Hey guys, welcome back. If you're here, it's because you like behind the scenes footage of actual weddings, and I am a wedding photographer. This wedding happened right at the tail end of the COVID lockdown, hence why you see this lady wearing a mask as a chin diaper. God, I hated when they did that. Either put it on or take it off, right? I really hated that. Those photos, I mean, technically were nice, but you know, she had a chin diaper, so that didn't look good. This is me going around taking detail shots. So let me put it this way too. This video is really short because I didn't get behind the scenes footage of everything, unfortunately. There was a lot more to this wedding. So I'm actually just going to show you the reception portion of it. And I'm going to explain to you why this actually was the very easiest wedding I've done in a while. Here I have it on single point. You saw that, right? That was a mistake. I had not switched over to continuous focus, but I still managed to get the shot. By the time the next person got in there, see, it's on continuous, and I'm tracking them, and I'm able to get the shots. The last video I made, I was kind of ragging on maybe some of the other camera manufacturers, and I look back at that and I think to myself, that's totally not what I intended to do. I just was trying to say that you don't need a camera that has the very best autofocus in the market because, you know, it's the next generation, whatever, autofocus, and it's going to cost you $4,000. You just don't need that, okay? And yes, this is an easy wedding, and that's actually the very topic of the very subject of this video. The easiest wedding I shot during COVID, because there's so much natural light. I mean, there's a lot of natural light here. I didn't even have to use my flash. You can see all that natural light just coming in. So yes, the autofocus would work well in natural light, but if you watch my other videos, you'll see that the autofocus on the Nikons works just as well in the nighttime. Maybe the eye autofocus is not as sophisticated as the Sonys or the Canons or this or that. But I do like certain things about the Nikon more than those cameras, and that's mainly the file itself, the colors. I love them more, so I haven't switched because I don't believe that you need the eye autofocus as much as people say you do. Don't just chase after the camera that has the best eye autofocus. People didn't use it before and they were getting such amazing photos. You can do the same. You can. You don't need eye autofocus. It helps. Every little bit helps, sure, but you don't need it, and you don't need to be chasing after the most expensive camera. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to say. But yes, this wedding is super easy. They just did their speeches. They're just going around, and this is me just following them, trying to get candidates. You see how I'm using single point focus. I'm focusing on her, and recomposing and taking the shot. That's what I do like 95% of the day, and I get such really nice pictures. And these were really nice and easy to edit because, like I said, there was just so much natural light flooding into this place that it was just easy. Check out my settings. I have it at 1/250 just because these people sometimes are moving kind of fast. Honestly, I could have probably got away with 1/200 or something like that, but you know, I want to make sure I get crisp, nice pictures. Cake cutting's coming up, so this was a little bit tricky, I think, because they always put the cake against the wall, and I need to be able to get the shot of them on the same plane, and there was people behind them, so I was really trying my best to hide the people behind them because they wouldn't move. In the video, you can hear me, maybe not because I muted it a little bit. I'm telling people, move out of the way. No, but they weren't moving. I couldn't put it like a f5.6 or something, but even though there was a lot of natural light, it just wasn't that much light that I could just put 5.6. I would have to drop the shutter or raise the ISO, and that to a point where I wouldn't like it. So I got some shots and then I made them get in the same plane, and I got the shots and it's good. Look, the dancing. This would you would think is the part where everybody would be like, okay, the Sonys or the Canons or the eye autofocusing is critical in this part because it focuses on their eyes and it stays on their eyes. It doesn't go into anybody else's eyes. The focusing, but look, I don't know how many times I can say this, and I'll stop. This is the last time. You don't need it. They're not moving super fast. You are able to do single point and recompose really easily. And maybe that's too much work. Maybe the eye autofocus is the way to go. But honestly, the Nikon does it too. It's just that I don't trust in the cameras. Not just the Nikon. I've used Sonys, I've used Canons. I don't trust them to get the shots. Now, this is not a critical shot. This is just the way I'm accustomed to shooting now. But if it's like the bouquet toss or the first kiss, I just do not trust the camera to get the shot. I don't have that. I'm controlling, I guess you can say. I am using two cameras here, two lenses, the 35 and the 85. And these both are Sigma Art lenses. These are 35. God, I miss my 35 Sigma Art. It broke on me because it was so old. And then I just ended up buying the 35 Nikon Z lens that I really like. And it's super light and it's hard to go back even though I really like the 35 Sigma Art. I'm looking at the 50 Sigma Art that I have here in front of me and I really love that lens too. But it wasn't registering on the camera. So I had to stop using it. The Sigma location for fixing it is nearby. I haven't gotten around to see how much it would cost to repair. I don't know. I have 250 Nikon Zs right now for me and my wife. So should I even bother with the repair? So look, you guys have done this like money dance, right? Do you guys do that back east? Around the world? I don't know. Is this a custom you guys do? I'm really curious. So they're doing the money dance, and the purpose of this is, for their honeymoon dance, right? So I try my best to be able to get at least one or two shots with every guest, which I know sounds crazy because sometimes weddings have a ton of guests, right? And that's a whole lot of pictures. Some of you are delivering like 700, 800, maybe less, 500 photos for an entire wedding, and now I'm talking about getting one or two pictures with every guest, with the bride and the groom. That alone is going to be hundreds of pictures. But I am one that delivers a whole lot of pictures, and that's just the way I do things. These were super easy for me to take just because of the fact that I didn't use any external flash. Not that external flash is difficult, but it's just another layer that you need to add, and I didn't have to do that. Right here, my job is just to be able to get as many candid shots as I can. I am using continuous focus now, see? So they're moving around pretty fast. I could do single point and recompose, but technology is there, so I acknowledge that. I just think that maybe you don't need the latest and greatest because what you have right now is probably more than enough to get the shots. And this is, after all, a business. You spend all your money on your gear, then what money are you making? The unfortunate thing is that when you're a photographer and you're in business as a photographer, your hobbies and your likes also align with your business. And so what you spend money on, the cameras and this and that, it's also because you like cameras and it's your hobby and you love photography. But think of it as a business too. Do you need the most expensive cameras that just came out? Like, you don't need it. Like, I am gonna get the Z8 eventually, not this year and maybe even not next year, unless some of my cameras break down. but I am gonna get it. I just don't need it right now. I'm gonna run the Z6IIs to the ground before I get new cameras, because I am gonna use up every little bit of life it has and make as much money as I can from those cameras as I can before I upgrade. So yeah, who misses these days with the masks? And some people don't have masks, and some people have chin diapers. Not me. This bouquet toss was a little difficult because I want to be able to get a wide shot and a tighter shot of her, but I can't do that as one person. And look where she was, you know. These are some photos I took of the whole day that I did not get footage for. Please subscribe. It means a lot to me. This is a quick video, but I'll have more videos with way more explanations of how I do things and my gear and my settings. Thanks, guys.